Welcome back to Built for Better. Today I've finally got Kelly Tyack in. It's taken me years, the giggle. Before we get into it, roll the intro.
I can feel it.
Kelly Tyack, what's doing?
Not much.
You said before that we started, she's like, this is going to be shit. We won't post it anyways.
Yeah, very shit. Very shit.
What's been happening?
No, not a
Train
great
this
deal.
morning, 9:30.
I did. Still sweaty. Still red.
Yeah.
Yep.
What 300 sessions at LTF, just about to tick over.
300 sessions. How many years?
3.5 years.
Oh. Yeah, rightio.
What when did you first walk into a gym? Actually, before we do that, tell us a little bit about yourself, family.
5 kids, married, live on a farm, school teacher.
Yeah.
That's about
Work 5 days a fortnight, is
it.
it?
Yep, 5 days a fortnight, 3 1 week to the next. Seems to work so far.
Yeah.
So good.
And what do you do on the farm?
Just muck around, really. The lunch lady.
Yeah, what do you do out there though?
Real stuff. Sheep, cattle, wheat.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did you first walk into a gym? Have you
Oh,
been into it your whole life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mum's right into health and fitness.
Yep.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
swims in orange all through winter and
Yep.
that's crazy.
Yep. If you're swimming next to mum, you're racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she trains a few times a week, strength training.
Yep, she does. She didn't. The worst thing that she could have done, was not get a bone density check, I reckon.
Yeah.
If she went and got a bone density check, because it'd be interesting after, I think she's probably been doing it for about 3 years. She can deadlift her own body weight, I know, for reps.
Yeah.
Back squat, I'm not quite sure. And I think press is pretty up there as well. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yep. But yeah, she's competitive. She's always asking you what you can deadlift. And yeah, if you're in the pool next to her, she's racing.
Are you a swimmer?
Yeah, I was. I do like it. I'm not that fast.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah. Mum was fast. Mum, she could have went to the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Found this letter when Bryony passed away, and it was a letter from a coach in Sydney, and he was going to take Mum, and I think some of the other brothers, but I'm not quite sure. But they didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'll tell you what a career I wouldn't be interested in is swimming. It's pretty boring training, swimming up and down, looking at a blue line. I did a lot of it as a kid.
yeah, it is good though.
You have to search pretty hard for make up half a second.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Michael Phelps, I think he's isn't he double jointed?
potentially. I think a lot
Yeah.
of them too. Like so much plays into it, like your foot size and whatever. Like is
Yeah.
such an advantage.
Yeah. My Jessie, I reckon she could have been a swimmer if she actually tried.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess comes back to he probably didn't have swimming training and stuff much at Tully.
No. The little kids, I think the pool is actually 18 metres. But yeah, the kids have still been to state. Elle's been to state. Jessie's been to state. She went when she was, I think, 9. Couldn't dive. So she was in the big leagues down there and just launched. I don't think she even actually went off the block. I think she just launched off the side.
Do you remember Eric the Eel at Sydney Olympics?
Oh, no.
Remember the dark African-y guy, I don't know, and they ended up getting him in the suit, and he, I think for 50, he swam like I don't know, something like 40 or 50 seconds. Like I remember thinking as a kid I could beat him. But he showed up to the Olympics, and my dad was working in the pools there. He had to teach him how to dive. He got over here and he didn't know how to
Yeah,
dive.
right.
He used to just jump in and then start feeding it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was a bit like Jessie.
Yeah.
And they went for a relay, and then they made the final. So then they had to go again. And, yeah, Elle and Jessie got to swim together in the relay.
It's a different beast up there, swimming
Yeah.
against kids who train 12
Yeah.
months of the year. Like that's
Yeah.
the same as us. We used to make to state, I think.
Yeah.
Lane
Yeah.
1, heat 7.
Yeah, but that was the thing. Yeah. What'd you make it to state for?
Mostly freestyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Butterfly.
Butterfly,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got there for butterfly.
I was
when
no
you-
good on my back.
Nah.
I don't know why everyone backstroker.
Yeah. I'm
Off topic.
Looking up at the sun all day.
Back to your training. Tell us about that. Did you train through school?
I did a lot of netball.
Yeah.
I was at the Western Region Academy of Sport and
Yeah.
mucked around a fair bit. And so I always did either I was trying to run or shoot netball.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you've seen the full evolution of gyms. Like back in the day was just a gym, pay you $10, go use the gym.
Yep.
Nowadays, like there's that many different franchises.
Oh, yep.
You CrossFitted for a while.
Yep.
What'd you do before you went to CrossFit?
I actually just did a lot of running and hit, which I still
At home type stuff.
Yeah. Or any classes. Any town that I lived in, I pretty much would go to anything that was offered.
So you do like the body pump and body step and that back in the day.
Yeah. The only thing I couldn't do was I tried like boxing, but it used to make me really dizzy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There you go. And when you went to CrossFit, instantly fell in love.
Yeah, I just love it. I do love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just love trying to do everything. Maybe not be good at everything because it's a bit hard, but you could walk into a class and every day is different.
It's never boring, eh? That's
No.
what I've got clients who've been training with me for 3 years and they're like, we've never done the same workout.
Yep. And you could always go, oh, I won't go on a Tuesday because Tuesday's whatever day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's nice and
You
varied.
can't pick that now, can you?
No, that's good. Yeah.
And how long did you CrossFit for up at the gym?
I don't know.
Couple of years?
Well, I reckon it probably would have been. I reckon it was before I had Tommy and then I went back after I had Tommy. So a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And then you ventured down to LTF.
Yes.
Been here training 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
Travel 150K round trip to do a session.
Yep.
300 times 150 is a fair few Ks.
It is a few Ks. Most of the time, though, I have jobs to do in town, so it's good.
Yeah.
Although I would travel that anyway. I do love it.
Yeah. And what do you aim for? Roughly 2 or 3 sessions a week?
Yeah, yep. 2 or 3 in at the gym, but I would hope that all up, because I have a lot of stuff at home, that I would do 5, maybe 6 a week.
Yeah. You have the full kit at home.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I do. So I have some gym mats, I have an air bike, box jumps.
Barbell, squat rack, chin-up bar.
Chin-up bar, yep.
Yeah, you can do everything with that. Like, really, you don't need that much equipment to set up a home setup. Like, a cardio machine is a must probably, unless you want to run all the time, but weather depending. And then, I mean, barbell, if you're going to do it consistently, is probably a must. And then with that, a squat rack that's got a pull-up bar on it.
Yep.
And then just, you don't need many dumbbells or kettlebells, really. Like, if you just get a 12.5, a 10, and an 8.
Yeah, yep. And I only have a set of 15 dumbbells.
Yeah.
A 10 and maybe a 5.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was really lucky to score some kettlebells at a cheap price, a box at a cheap price, some gym mats.
Yeah.
Yeah, just little stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell us about LTF. What do you love about LTF?
The equipment, the people, the atmosphere. Yeah. You walk in, every day's a new day. It doesn't matter what you did the day before. Every day's a new day. Every time you walk in, you see a new smile. Yeah, so it's good.
And you're a fitness instructor yourself.
Oh, not really.
Yes, you are. Don't underplay this. Do you have Cert 3 and 4?
I don't have Cert 4.
Yeah, Cert 3.
Yeah, Cert 3. So.
And you run classes out, Tully?
Yeah, we do a bit of HIIT and some HIIT with some weights and just started a bit of water fitness kind of stuff as well.
And that's going gangbusters.
Yeah.
Like, the numbers look good.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah. It is good. Mix of age, mix of ability. We get in and some people have a good giggle. Some people are there to get their bit of fitness. But, yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've ventured into a few health and fitness courses. What have you done other than... Did you do CrossFit level 1 in the end?
No, I should have.
Yeah.
I I chose to do another course, which was even more expensive than the CrossFit, and I'm kicking myself now because
What did you do?
it was a women's course.
Yeah.
It was a good course, but it was just basic,
Yeah.
basic stuff that you kind of know. It's common sense, and I was kind of annoyed at the end of it. I didn't really learn that much.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
probably do the next CrossFit level 1, but I'd be interested. Like, it's a lot of money too for a 2-day course.
Yeah.
I think it's $1,000 US for 2 days. Like, I guess you get a lot out of it, but
Yeah.
you can only take so much away with what's jammed into 2 days.
Yeah. I think there's so many courses out there that you've really got to be careful of, what you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, nowadays you have Google, you can Google anything. Sometimes, some of the courses, I reckon they've Googled.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
What's your long-term plan with health and fitness? Not sure.
For me,
Yeah.
personally.
No.
Or
like running stuff, totally.
I would like to move a little bit further, but that's a different discussion.
Yeah.
Big discussion. Yeah, it's a lot of people love it in Tully as well. We've got the footy and the netball.
It cranks, eh?
Yeah.
Good club, good community.
For a small town, it does really well. If, our lives revolve around football and netball. If you ask anyone in Tully what they do, it's either sowing, harvest, or footy and netball season. It's divided into 3 seasons.
Yeah, nice. Where are we going?
I don't know.
Do you reckon is most of the stuff you do for your own personal education, like to use for yourself, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like to know stuff. I like to know why you do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you don't need to know and you just do it. But most of the time, like, you don't want to be doing stuff just for the point why. Why waste your time?
Yeah.
Do something with intent. Know how to do it.
Yeah. And you dive pretty deep into the knees over toes stuff.
Yep.
Did that really help you?
Yeah, it does. And it's just interesting to see what you should do. And you wonder if you don't do any of this stuff, which the knees over toes is for your knees. Obviously, I've played netball, a bit of basketball. I've jammed a bit of stuff on the old knees. They're not that great.
Impact.
Yeah, just bounding around on a netball court. You probably should. Everyone needs to do that bit of mobility work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to come unstuck when you get a bit older.
Did you take much attention to mobility before you started at LTF?
No,
No.
not at all.
And do you feel like you moved better after following the program, and since we've made it such a major focus with the warm-up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably if I didn't do it, you know yourself when you get out of bed, if you like haven't done it and you think, oh God, there's a new joint that hurts, or a bit stiff. So I probably would do something every day of
Did you
mobility.
sit in front of the TV and do it, or?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I use the GoWad app now. I also used a great fella called Tom Morrison. Did I show you him?
No.
Yeah. He's got some really good stuff, and it never changes, so you kind of just remember what exercises to do. And the knees over the toes stuff. It sounds like every time you do something, you've got more stuff that you've got to do in a day, but I kind of just try to do it with stuff. The knees over toes stuff, when I go in the mornings to do MetaFit and MetaPower, I kind of just stay 10 minutes afterwards, do the knees over toe program. And like I said, the mobility stuff, I just tend to do it at night time. Kids are used to it now if I'm just doing stretches and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You've just got to figure what's important, really. Like, there is so much we can all work on, but it's like, what's important? And for most, it's like, okay, I'm just going to train 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And let's lock that in.
Yeah.
And then we can build from there. Then it's like, okay, I've got a little bit of knee pain. I'm still going to train 3 times a day. I'm going to work around the knee pain because you're good at this, aren't you? Swapping in and out exercises.
Yeah.
Like if you go to squat and knees don't feel good, you don't squat, do you?
No.
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 You trade something in.
Yeah.
And then you add in the knees over toes stuff to help with that.
Yep.
I think that's a lot of people's problem is they go too hard at trying to fit like, okay, I want to do mobility. I want to eat well. I want to train. And you try and combine it all in and then bang, it all just gets too much. Most people don't have the time to do it all.
No.
And that's why I've tried to really make our warm-ups mobility focused. So we're getting the mobility inside the 45 or 60-minute session at the gym so that they don't really have to do it outside.
Yeah,
I try and do an 8-minute go WOD each night, and I've been doing pretty good at that, and I reckon I can notice the difference.
Yeah.
I think following something is really important because when you do it yourself, you don't tend to do the things you need to do. You do the things that you more enjoy doing.
Yeah. Obvious. Yeah.
Like when I had to couch stretch every day at the gym, my couch stretch improved, but I don't tend to not do a minute each side each day unless it's in the class and everyone else is doing it.
Yep. Yep.
What's a typical day look like for you? Talk us through from when you wake up to when you go to bed.
Couple of
Let's go work day.
a work day. Depends if I do the classes in the morning. If I do the classes in the morning, it's up at it starts from 6 till 7.
Yep.
Get home, get the kids. 3 of the kids are off at boarding school, so just got 2 at home now. Get them ready, off to work, get home. Normally I train if I work in the afternoons, which I struggle. I don't know how people train the afternoons.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm getting used to it. I don't always want to do it. Those that say like people are motivated every day, yeah.
I'm not motivated to train every day. Like if I had to only train on the days I'm motivated, I'd probably only do 2 or 3 sessions a week.
Yeah.
But it's a habit for me now. It's like, okay, I'm not working this morning.
Yep.
Bang, I get up and train. Or it's like I work this morning. It's just like, okay, I train at 4:45 or whatever. I can't train the Savo because I had to take Eli to swimming lessons, so I just went at 9:30. It's not ideal for my day.
Yep.
But it's just like I've got to fit in training some stage in my day 5
Yeah.
times a week. If I get the 6, like it's a bonus. But I don't beat myself up now when I miss a session. How do you go with that?
No, I'm really good now. Probably, I'm going to be honest, probably 3 years ago, I wanted to do it every day or whatever. But now it's if I get 3, 4, 5 in, probably a minimum of 3 for the week, I'm happy. And quite often I'll think, nah, I couldn't be bothered doing this. And then I'll say, right, I'll just do the warm-up and I'll just do like the squats or whatever it is, strict press or whatever. And so I'll do that and I'll know, oh, well, that was okay. I've got 10 minutes, I might as well do the next bit. And so then you finished it.
That's what I say to my online clients. They say, oh, I wasn't motivated to train last week. I couldn't be bothered. I was like, let's just make this pact. We try and create a habit.
Yep.
If you don't feel like it, you go to the gym, you do the warm-up, you start the strength piece.
Yep.
If you get 2 sets in, you're still not feeling it, pack up and go
Yeah.
home.
Yep.
Most of the time they get there, they finish the session. Like once you actually get there, like a lot of times I'll walk into the gym, bet flat, been up with the kids through the night. Once you get there, start the warm-up and get into strength, get talking to the person next to you. Like normally, bang, by the time conditioning rolls around, like you feel pretty good. And you never get home and regret you done a session.
That's right. And at home, because I'm by myself, put some music on, say to yourself, I'll just do this strength and that's something done for the day. And I can probably 9 times out of 10, you get it done and think, oh, well, might as well do the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then probably now that I've been doing it for a little while, if it's really, really hard, I'll start it and I think, oh, I just cannot do this. Rightio, I'll do this bit and then I'll have a minute rest.
Yeah.
And then I'll do the next round of it and then I'll have a minute rest.
Yeah.
Get a bit
training
smarter.
smart. Yeah, that's the thing. Like when I'm training on my own and it's a harder type workout, I'll switch it so that I'm working on the minute or something like that. It's like, okay, I'll aim for, do my cows on the minute, rah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really important.
Yeah.
What about, how do you balance all this with 5 kids?
Um,
What are some tips and tricks that, other parents could use?
just do it. I don't really know. Because I'm not organised.
Do you pack lunches the night before?
No.
Yep.
I'm not a lunch packer. I'm not a meal prepper. Like I really am unorganised.
Yeah.
But I really like to be organised at being unorganised.
Break that down for me. Give me an example of that.
So I just do the same thing, I think, every day, that it's probably just routine that gets me through, but it's not organised at all.
That's the thing. I think a lot of people look at it and think, oh, it's, they've got everything sorted at home. Like we haven't got it sorted at home. We
Yeah.
just sort of go like flow with the punches.
Yeah.
I mean, you've just got to make it a priority, and if it doesn't happen, not beat yourself up about it. I think like it's a lifestyle. If you don't train this week, it's not the end of the world, because you're probably going to train 40 weeks this year.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
If you don't eat well this week, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Yep. I reckon I'm to the point too, especially at home. The kids know that I'm kind of doing workout. They kind of just know that, give me half an hour, give me 45 minutes, and then when I'm done, I'm going to actually do what they want me to do kind of thing. So I'm really, really lucky. And I was really lucky when Tommy was a small child, that he wasn't a runner or anything. Like, I could take him to the gym and he kind of would sit there. Yeah. I was lucky in that regard.
And Elle's taken into the health and fitness.
Yes.
Your eldest.
Yeah. Elle just made the Australian team for Dragon Boat Racing. So
got
we're
a
very
trip
proud.
to Thailand.
Yeah. Really, really, really proud of her, because she does put in the effort.
Yeah. She goes to Forbes, into the CrossFit gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not sold on the CrossFit.
Yeah.
But yeah, she does like it. But she's likes to just get in and do something and then walk away.
Yeah.
She doesn't have that bit of a stay thing, but we'll get her there.
Yeah. Yeah. And she comes into LTF and does a session every now and then. She goes really well.
Yep. We had her in on Saturday morning. She wasn't overly pumped by the end of it after the 300 air squats and the rowing and whatever else it was. It was a hard one. Yeah.
But you just chipped away and shared it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good because actually that was the first time. Oh, well, I have been partner with her, but I was partner with her on Saturday, so it was good.
Yeah. And why do you make all this a priority? Why do you make your health, your fitness a priority?
Because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You could get up and it's a bad day, and like it doesn't matter physically, mentally, at the end of it you feel better. Probably mentally it's the biggest thing. It doesn't matter what you do, whether it's running, back squats, ski, on the rower, at the end of it you feel great.
Yeah. So I want to dive into nutrition. Tell me what a typical day of food looks like for you. You've done a lot of elimination stuff.
Yeah. So at the moment, gluten intolerant. So there's a bit of a level. So I'm not going to say I'm allergic to gluten or whatever it is. And probably dairy as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Your body gives you feedback on that.
Yeah, definitely. So I think, I don't know, I'm just trying to think. About 5 years ago, I got diagnosed with autoimmune disease, lupus, and then I worked out pretty quick that it was diet related as well as, and the lupus that I have is skin, and it's mainly affected by the sun. But yeah, worked out pretty quick that what I eat really affects it, and say the gluten and the dairy, it comes out in a skin rash, but also in my joints and makes everything inflamed, all the muscles and stuff like that. So it's one of those things. Mum always says when I go to see Mum, oh, you haven't been eating very well. I'm like, thanks, Mum. That's a bit hard to hide.
Especially you love a chocolate at Easter too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Easter eggs, yeah. Yeah. So we try to eat, like dinner would be the same mostly every night is just steak and salad and potatoes. Mix in some spag bowl and some stir fry, but mostly it's just steak, salad. Lunch, just leftover steak.
Yeah, so you would normally have enough left over and then pack that.
I'm not, like I said before, I'm not a meal prepper, so sometimes And when I was young, this would be really bad, that I just wouldn't pack lunch and I'd just have nothing. But, you know, I'm older and wiser now.
Have you ever had much trouble with nutrition in regards to body image?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Under 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I reckon, now that I look back on it, I'd go to netball on a Saturday and I'd get all the kids done with their sport. I would play A-grade netball, and afterwards I'd have a Mars bar and a Coke, and that's all I would have eaten all day. And then I'd go home and I'd be that tired that I'd just go to bed.
Yeah.
So in that whole day, I've eaten a Mars bar and a Coke.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look back on it and think, gee whiz, now that I know, there's no way that I could even get through an afternoon on a Mars bar and Coke.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like food's fuel.
Yeah. Yep. I always think back and think, gee whiz, imagine the netball I could have played if I actually ate.
And you've got a few comments on like body image stuff. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Before, after, not just before, a lot of people would say, oh, gee, you're a bit skinny.
Yeah.
Bit skinny all the time. And I kind of it would, just water off a duck's back kind of thing. But it really does hurt you. But then on the other hand, now that I've been going to the gym, people go, oh, you've gotten a bit big. Oh, you've gotten a few muscles, I don't know. And then you think, well, what do you want, skinny, or do you want a normal person? And then you kind of think about it and think, well, why should anyone else comment anyway?
Yeah, that's right.
But
I seen Ryan Fisher did a video the other day, and it was of his partner, and she was doing something gym related in the gym, and he was like, so many females don't train because they're scared of looking like this. And he's like, she has been doing structured strength training for 15 years. For them 15 years, she's been so onto a diet.
Yeah.
Like most people couldn't look like that if they wanted to, like they couldn't train to look like that. They wouldn't have the time in the day.
Yeah.
But then, like for females to put on muscle, change their body shape, like it's so much work. Like for most, it doesn't even happen.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, 3.5 years, 300 sessions.
Plus a few at home too.
Yeah.
And you did CrossFit before that.
Yeah.
So you're probably talking, you've probably done, say if you doubled that at home over the last 3 years, there's 600 sessions.
Yep.
Say you did 200 at CrossFit. Like you're talking 750 sessions. And really your body wouldn't have changed a heap.
No. Probably the biggest thing though, I don't have the exact numbers, but I reckon when I first started, we had a challenge with that guy with the
Power Man.
Yeah.
Dave Tabane.
Yeah, that's it. And I reckon I was about 61 kilos.
Yeah.
And now I'm 73.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
how do you feel compared 61 to 73?
Oh, I wouldn't go back to 61.
You must have been lean at 61.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably I would have only been a size smaller though.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't go back to it though. There's I probably wouldn't be able to function all day, I don't reckon.
Yeah.
Like compared to what I can now. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to it.
And back in the old dieting culture, had you done many different fad diets over your time? Never got into it much?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. My biggest thing
probably never really had to. You're probably never that focused on weight loss, were you?
No. And genetically, I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
You know. My biggest thing probably was when I was younger was smoking.
Yeah.
And just...
Are you completely off the smokes now?
Yep.
Are you? How long?
COVID.
Yeah.
The first lockdown, I reckon.
And you stopped cold turkey.
Yeah. It was
I remember
hard.
you telling me that you wanted to get off the smokes, and I was like, I didn't even know you smoked.
Oh, it was so hard. And I just think, how stupid was I? Like, I don't know. Imagine how fit I could have been without the fags.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It is
that's
what
life.
it is.
It is
Can't
what
go
it is.
back and change that.
Nah. I reckon in the first lockdown, I gave up smoking and I hand planted like 1,500 bits of grass. That's how I gave it up.
Nice. Do you have a best piece of advice you've been given?
Nah.
Something that sticks out? Something someone said to you? Your mum probably gives you great advice all the time.
She does.
Yeah.
She's always telling me what to do.
Yeah. How much of that do you take on board?
All of it.
All of it.
Yep. All of it. I don't really have any good advice. I just like to listen to all advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you take
do.
it all on, and it's just you pick what you take away
Yeah.
from that.
Yep. Yep. I do.
Some people
really
take
like it.
too much attention to what other people say. Like some people need to listen a little less.
Yep. Yep.
Do you have non-negotiables? What's your non-negotiables in a day?
Mobility.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's so important as you get older, isn't it? Like your quality of movement, what you do today. It's what I've been thinking about a lot. And I said to one of my online clients the other day who was not hitting his sessions, or he was just caught up busy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need a kick in the belly. I was like, you don't need a kick in the belly. I was like, each time you don't feel like doing it, I said what I said earlier. He's just like, go and start it, see what happens.
Yeah.
I was like, what you do today is going to majorly affect what your quality of life is like when you're 60, 70, 80. And I was like, how do you want to move? How do you want to feel when you're that age? Because once you're there, it's bloody hard work.
Yeah, definitely. And if I don't train for some reason, I'll just do 2 sessions of mobility.
Yeah.
It's on the phone. I'm going to watch TV.
Yeah,
So-
I normally like listen to something that I want to listen to, so I sort of
Yeah.
doubles over.
Yeah.
So try and not be educational, like something that actually interests me or like I get a laugh out of or something like that. So I get it done.
Favorite movie?
No, yeah, I said to Kel, I was like, she's like, I looked up your questions, favorite movie. I was like, I haven't done them. This is season 2. What's your favorite movie?
Tammy.
What is that? No.
Haven't you?
No.
It's got Melissa McCarthy in it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Tammy. You watch it and you'll laugh.
And you hold me accountable. How am I like as a coach? Is that something you want to do in the future? Is have like
Yeah.
coach a few people? Yeah.
I don't know what I would sorry.
You all right?
I don't know what happens if someone pushes back though. Like, do you know what I mean? Says, I don't want to do it today. It's you're really good. You do everything. Just trying to. And I always, love to see how you. Keep
But I have
everyone
days
accountable.
that I'm like, didn't track, went to my uncle's 60th, drank 8 beers.
Got to have that.
That's the pushback though, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Got to have that though.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Like it's like we do all this to enjoy life.
Yeah.
But I know when I drink, I don't feel good the next day. Like, so I try not to do it. Like, I know this year I've drank on 4 occasions because I've been tracking it.
Times you drink?
And once was 1 drink, the other time once was 2 drinks.
Yeah.
One was after my granddad's funeral, probably had 50.
Yeah.
And then the other one was my uncle's, and I had 8. I just try and track it, and I try and, if I don't want to have a beer, I don't have a beer. Like after my uncle's 60th, he went and listened to this.
It looks good.
After my uncle's 60th, we watched the UFC with the fellas, and they all sat around and had a beer, but I didn't want to drink on a Sunday. I had to work at 5 a.m. the next day, and I don't get any shit about that anymore.
Yeah, I was
Back
about to say,
before,
do
people
you?
would be like, oh, aren't you having a beer, Logan?
Yeah.
Aren't you doing this? Where
Yeah.
I've done it enough now that if I want to have a beer, I'll have one. If I don't, they don't normally stir me up too much, which is good. But I'm quite comfortable to say, I don't want to drink. Yeah.
I'm just getting to the end of that because I haven't had a drink really since I gave up smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of people to begin with, oh, you're not drinking. Oh, how boring, you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, but people are just starting to get used to it now that it's just,
Yeah, it's so social. It's something that in the future maybe I don't do anymore. I don't know. I don't love it.
I was
Like,
about to say,
I don't
do you
love
ever?
it. No, like I never wake
Yeah.
up and think, geez, I had a good
Yeah.
time. So I don't know.
I would never. I always am interested at the end of the day how people go, oh, I'd love a glass of wine. I'm like, really? wonder what makes people.
Yeah, like get home and think they've
Yeah.
had a hard day's work. I need a wine,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I've never. My old man always would have a beer most nights, and like as a kid, like I've seen that, and it's not something that I've really.
Yeah.
I know I don't. I know for one, I don't sleep enough as it is, and
Yep.
I know how much alcohol affects your sleep. So that's probably a big one for me.
Yep.
I already know that. You know, I love to train. It makes me feel good when I train. It makes me feel good when I know I've give training my best effort.
Yep.
And when I'm already not getting enough sleep, and then I add alcohol on top of that, and I'm sort of cutting into what like really
Yeah.
I really enjoy. So it's like taking that
Yeah. Yep.
half.
Yep.
But thanks for everything you do for me. Appreciate it.
That's all right. Thank
Keeping
you.
me online. Still
Doing a good job.
still hovering around the same weight. I need to cut them calories back a bit, but pick your battles.
Yeah, that's a catch.
I know I feel better at 3,000.
Yeah.
I know I'd lose weight quicker at 2,200, but I don't really want to go there yet. I'm pretty happy with how I'm sitting.
Yeah.
I know it'll creep down. I know my body's changing, eating 3,000 and eating good quality food. The weight's probably not changing that much, but
Yep.
I am eating carbs a bit later at night because I've trained them the next day, and I am taking creatine at the moment. So I know that'd be affecting the scales, and I'm trying
Yep.
not to let the scales dictate. It's what I preach to my clients. Like, no point getting frustrated. Like, this
Yeah.
morning I got on, now half a kilo heavier than yesterday, and I ate good all day. And it's like, is what it is. You
Yeah.
can't put on half a kilo of fat overnight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Well, for someone nervous, you bloody nailed it.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Thanks so much. Any closing statements or what?
Had my favourite quote as well.
Yeah, what's your favourite quote?
Oh,
That's a good closing thing.
okay. I forgot it now. No, I didn't. I was just joking. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Nike.
Yep. Yeah.
That's Nike's logo, hey.
Yep.
Just do it. As
Yep.
the famous brand says, just do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Till next time. Laters.
Thank you. Oh, that's
You nailed it.
we didn't even talk about it. That was terrible.
Thanks for listening. If you got something out of it, take a screenshot, pop it on your Instagram story, tag Cal, tag me in it. And as always, if you could leave a review, that always helps. Later.